Hey, Vince here, and I've got my shirt off for a very good reason, and it's because I want to tell you about an important way of tracking fitness progress that you might not be using right now, and that is taking your measurements. Now, of course, like anything else, it's possible to make measuring more complicated than it needs to be. So here at V-Shred, we found that for the vast majority of people, just measuring 4 sites tells you all you really need to know to track your body composition changes. And so here's how to do all 4 of them. And you can do them by yourself, but it can just be a lot faster and easier if you have someone else taking the measurements for you. So if you can, ask a friend or a partner to take the measurements if you're comfortable doing so. So first thing, start by using a flexible but non-elastic measuring tape. And you can find these at a sewing store. These work just fine. There are plenty of fitness-focused ones out there that you can find online as well. But what you want to do is you want to find the top of your hip bone with one finger and then the bottom of your rib cage with another. And the spot that you want to actually measure is right about halfway in between those 2 points, right at the narrowest part of your abdomen. For most people, this is just above the belly button or just level with it. And you want to make sure that you're not holding your breath or flexing. So just measure after you let out a normal breath without the tape feeling too tight. And I'll say this, it's usually a good idea to take the measurement twice, especially when you're first learning to do it. So when it comes to the hips now, you want to take the complete opposite approach to what you just did with the waist and measure at the widest point. Now, for most people, this is right around the point where you can feel your hip bones close to the skin on your side, around the thickest part of your booty. And if you don't want to go bare skin on this one, you can just wear some light shorts or some boxer briefs. Now, just like the hips, you want to measure your upper arms at the widest point as well. So right around halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. And when you're measuring to track your body composition, like I said, make sure that you're not flexing, especially with your arm, which is easy to flex when you're lifting it up. Just let it hang straight and relaxed. But after you do that, if you want to measure them flexed as well, just because you're proud of the guns that you've been building following our workouts, you definitely got my approval. Now, the last site that we recommend measuring is the upper leg, again, at the widest point of the thigh. So for many people, this is right around 1 hand length down from the hip bone. So measuring from the thumb to the tip of your middle finger, but it might take a try or two to find your widest spot. And one thing to remember is that your legs can be different sizes, and so it's a good idea to make sure that you're measuring the same leg each time. And an easier way to remember this, I guess, is to measure your dominant leg. So if you're right-handed, measure your right leg. If you're left-handed, measure your left leg. When you're trying to get in better shape and change your body, the scale really only tells one part of the story. And sometimes it can try to convince you that nothing is happening when in all actuality, your hard work is paying off and your body is making solid, measurable progress. You just need to be using the right tool to be able to see it. Different parts of your body have different ratios of lean tissue and stored body fat. This means they tone up at different speeds when you're losing weight. So while the size of your stomach may not show that you're making very much progress, your arms and your legs, well, they might. And so focusing on other tools like progress photos and measurements can help you make the scale much less important. So now you have your measurements, right? What now? Well, they're really only useful if you record them someplace and then make sure that you're measuring again on a regular basis. Our V-Shred coaches say that once a week is plenty, and they even have a 90-day weight and measurement tracking sheet that makes it really easy just to know where you're at. And if you're working with one of our coaches already, ask for one if they haven't shared it with you. And if you aren't working with one of our coaches, consider signing up. They can help you get your measurements pointed in the right direction with a customized diet plan, a customized workout program that's built for your body and your goals and with your lifestyle in mind.